All right, you guys. Hey, this is Illy. I am doing this again. I know I am super, super late, but it doesn't matter because I can get caught up on this because we're not even on episode 15. It did not get released. So this gives me plenty of time to get caught up. So the last time I did the episode recap of You Are the One That I Love, because I cannot say the Turkish name, that was episode 12. So basically, we left over with Ericon being super, super happy that Dishley decided not to just divorce him and that they were going to get their own house and get away from the family, which was absolutely needed because the mom is just absolutely toxic. So we're on the start of episode 13. This is the beginning. This is after Kadir has told Ericon that he loves Dishley. Now, we kind of already knew this just the way he was acting. We knew this because of how he was acting, right? Like he was, I mean, like he did, Ericon was doing the most pushing him on his wife. Um, but Kadir did overstep that bound. So I'm not mad at like absolutely like that was out of line. So we get here, these two are going back and forth, basically like you're a scoundrel, like I trust you with my wife, and here you are falling in love with my wife. So then we get um Dishley out. She comes out. She's pissed off because she gets that fake text from Bushin, stating that like she's kissing Ericon, but she's not, right? We know that it- sh- she went to go kiss Ericon and Ericon pushed her away, like, we're not like that's not what we're doing here. And she winds up getting it done by AI, showing that it's been a longer time kissing and everything like that. But unfortunately, my girl, she's such a village girl and so naive technically that she believes that it is. And he's trying to explain to her that it's AI. He didn't do it, and he's gonna prove it that he's not. So she says, "Take me back to the foundation. I don't believe you," all this other stuff. So, Ericon decides, he said, "Fine, I'll take you back." And he said, "I'm going to prove to you that I'm not doing it." So then you get to my favorite couple. I really like these two. I wish they would get together, and I wish my girl would stand up for my man, but she won't. I don't know. I think a lot of trauma with her father and just always trying to be accepted, but I just feel like she's just unfortunately, there's a lot of black sheeps in this family, and I do know that because of the background that they come from, that it's hard. But my girl is like, she does her thing. She's super smart. She needs to do her own business, and she needs to get away from her family, honestly, because that's the only time she's ever going to be happy. And I really feel like her first marriage was only because of the business dealing that her ex-husband had into like that he had in place. So anyway, these two are talking, they're holding hands, and then that scoundrel of a brother takes a picture of them as, just black mark or whatever, blackmail, because he ain't got nothing else to do. So my other favorite couple that you would never think are going to get together is Miss Ferde, which is we all know that Dislay's sister, and Tahir. I don't know what it is about Tahir, but I truly do like Tahir. The reason why is like I know he's like the oldest brother and I know they expect so much of him, but he's such a realistic and I just love that about him. So anyway, he gives her the file about what's going on because she doesn't remember anything that happened to her in the past. So he gets that file. She's mad that he wound up getting the file, but he did it because he really does like her and he wants the best for her. So here we go. We have um for a man, he's just so annoying. Like I cannot stand this man's character in here. So anyway, he's trying to blackmail my girl Nefer about basically like if you use this paper documentation against me, I'm gonna spread this information like this picture of you and Savan all over. So yeah. So Ericon and Dishley are still fighting, and he's trying to prove to Dishley about what's going on. And she just doesn't believe it. So she's in the foundation, she's sitting there with the lamb. But I really feel like a low key, like I know Dishley loves Ericon. I do. And like I feel like she's always looking for a reason to break up with him. Always. And I don't know. I just feel like girl, when somebody shows you so much that he does, I'm gonna need you to take that into heed. So we get um the parents are fighting um with just cause. I don't even know why the mom is so surprised that Ista is like so cross with her. Like she just did too much. She does too much. She did too much. So we have um Ferday and Dishley. Basically she comes out of the room because she's just so distraught about the information. She's like completely out of it. Um Dishley says, "Look, I'll take care of you, teacher. Like, no worries. I'm gonna take care of you." And they wind up going back to the room, and she just winds up taking care of her, and what she really truly did need. Ericon goes back home. He's on the phone with his buddy, and they're trying to solve the problem about the whole thing of the AI picture. So, anyway, back to Dishley and Faraday. They're actually like almost in the previous role that they were when they were younger, right? Where she was combing her hair, brushing her hair, and just going down memory lane. And I just feel like deep down, Dishley knows that this is her sister, but she just can't really admit it. I think we already know that she kind of has an inkling, but she doesn't want to really admit it because we already, in this episode, she knows that technically she's still dead. Like she's not alive at this point. So anyway, she takes care of my girl for dead because she's such a strong woman. She needs somebody to take care of her. Which is why I like Tahir because I do think he would really take care of her very well. So anyway, even though she's a strong and she will not let him in, I think he would be a good match for her. Which I find it funny that like every love interest like is literally the family siblings with family siblings. So it would be very interesting if there was a another child out there to to match for Fernand, Furman or whatever his name is. Just as scrupulous as he is. So we have I don't know. Tahir said something smart to Assad and he punched him in his nose. I don't know, but those two just to go back and forth. The next thing we have is we have Nefer and Savan talking, and he notices that she's changed, like her attitude changed, flipped on him, and all this other stuff. So he's trying to figure out why, what's going on. Again, we have Ericon talking to Corey to figure out how to prove that the video that Bushin put out there or was ever posted out there in the tabloids was AI. So we get back to the foundation. We're here around Kadir X, Fatima, a very jealous woman. She's the snake in the grass. I don't like her. And it's just too much for her. She just needs to go, honestly. So she's basically saying like, I don't know why you keep running back and forth from the mansion. If that was me, I would be staying there. And basically Deshay is like, you need to shut up because you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know the business that goes on there, and I have my reasons why I do and don't do it. And basically Fatima is like, well, girl, your prince is gonna stop coming for you after a while. So she leaves, and here goes this girl, push my girl down the stairs. Oh, goodness, but poor Dishley. I tell you, she just get torn left and right, and she just be innocent as next thing. So she wakes up in the morning downstairs, and Ferday finds her, and she's like, "Oh, what's this cut on your head? Let's take you to the hospital." All this other stuff. So they go to the hospital to get checked out. My girl's good. Now, meanwhile, back at the mansion, we got Ericon pulling up, okay, with his cute self. And then Bushin shows up saying, like, yes, whatever Ericon said is true. This was an AI. This is not true. And Ericon is basically, well, I am still being married to Dushley. We are continuing alliances with the family, and that's it. So they get inside, and here go Furman doing the most as per usual. Okay. My man just don't know how to keep it at 10 instead of 200. But basically, Ericon just tells him, look, I'm not divorcing Dishley. This is a fake, it's not even real, whatever. So we got Bush and Ericon in the area of like in like a garden area. Basically, he's telling him, like, look, even if I wasn't with Dishley, I wouldn't be with you. 'Cause he never really liked her. He never really wanted to be with her anyway because it was only because it was a business merger. And I think after the mom has shown that whole situation of the family, he just now is just like, forget it. Like, I don't even want to be associated with this because my father did something that he did not love my mom. And look how miserable he is. And he just don't want to be down that path. That's not the path that that man wants. And I'm happy for Ericon to realize that and understand that. Now we just need him to actually say that he loves Dishlay. All right, so we go back in. Um we have the Lamb, Kadir, and Dishlay. They're about to go somewhere, and then my little girl, the girl from the housemaid, her sister tells Ferde that basically Fatima pushed Dishlay down the stairs. But she's like, you don't have any proof of this. So stop running around telling lies if you don't have the proof. But we all know that it is the truth. But she just doesn't have the proof to prove it. Meanwhile, we have Kadir and Dishlay talking, and my man's trying to make his move. He definitely is trying to make the move on Dishlay, saying like, I'm selling the land. I'll have money for us. Will you come live with me? And Dishlay's like not really trying to hear this. Honestly, I feel like if she divorced Ericon, she wouldn't really get married to nobody else because she really does truly love Ericon, and she doesn't want to be bothered with anybody else. And she doesn't see Kadir that way. Unfortunately, she just doesn't, and I just need him to understand that. And he should have stopped at this point. He should have been stopped when Ericon punched him right in his face, but he didn't. So we have here Savan and Furman confront each other about the photo, going back and forth. Basically, like, I told her about the monster that you are, and at the first time you betrayed me, basically. And I feel like, yes, because it's every man for themselves, especially when it deals with Furman. Furman is not about anybody, right? He can say that he loves his siblings, but for real, he's only out for his survival. So if he can reap the benefits of everybody's like come up, he would. He don't care about his siblings. He don't. So um we go back, we have Dishlay talking to Ericon and Ferde, and basically Ericon's trying to explain to Dishlay that there is AI. And she's like, well, I don't believe you. But then Ferde says, yes, there is something that is called AI. And she was like, oh, it is? And Ericon's like, oh, so you're gonna listen to her, but you're not gonna listen to me. I'm your husband. Da 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 da. Da. So anyway, he was able to get past this part, right? So he was able to get Dishlay to look at the video of her being a teacher and being able to show like the AI aspect of what could possibly be done. So they go outside, they talk. He was able to convince Dishlay that it really was an AI video, that he really did not do what he did, what the video showed, which we all know that he did not do that. He did the right thing. When she went to go kiss him, he pushed her away. So my man was very true and honest on that part. So my girl for day, I just need somebody to go in there and hold her down because my girl, she is about to just spin out of control. So she's actually looking at the pictures um of her abusers, like of the people who attacked her. So she's just going down memory lane. It's just not a good look. It's not good for her. So we go back to Ericon and Dishlay making up, and they make plans to go ahead and meet with each other and go like this. So here goes another plan. Um Fatwa and Esta are meeting up in the park, still married, and this, I don't know, I just feel like their love was always so true. And the wife, Esta's wife, saw this, so she was already plotting in the back and all this other stuff. So this didn't go well. So she basically was talking about how Ericon did the right thing by not leaving Dishlay, sticking to what he think is right and not doing what the family forcing him to do. And that's basically how that conversation went. And they just go down memory lane. So, see, look at EC and say, whatever you say her name, the mom, my girl is hot. So anyway, here go Ericon's true daddy. with his fine self too. He's so good. I tell you, all these men are all these characters are pretty much beautiful. The only one I don't know. I think everybody is beautiful in their own way. Um it's amazing. It's amazing. But anyway, so these two are talking to one another. Um damn, what's his name? Faret Farik, he gives him information basically to Ericon, and he's like, what do I have to do? Like he's all Ericon's always worried that he's gonna be indebted to him because he just knows how he is. But he just does not know that this man is doing all this out of love for him. So Astat calls Dishley back over so they can talk. Um so a couple of episodes, Dishley went to the father and said, you know, you have to be strong for the kids, and if you lead, the kids will follow. So he's using Dishley to get Ericon back to the house, basically saying like all the kids are a mess and I need Ericon to come back to the house because if he comes back to the house, everybody else will come back to the house. So, okay, so Dishley is like, fine, I will get him back here. And I think at this point, so she agrees to help bring Ericon back. So Bushin and Tahir are meeting up again. And I just need Tahir to like cut it out. Like stop doing all this sneaky stuff because it's just gonna backfire on him. So this is when Faret and Ericon meet up and he gives him information about the shell company. He gives him information about the shell company and then he winds up finding going by Bushin because he's still trying to figure out who is on the other side of the shell company. And he figures out that it is Bushin with the money transfer and all this other stuff. So he calls Bushin's father and tell him like, look, we gotta meet. I know you're mad at me about all this engagement and all this other stuff, but there's some real things going on and I need you to meet with me. So he meets up with the uncle and they have a discussion. So Ericon goes back to the foundation to go get Dishley and they're just talking and Dishley winds up convincing Ericon to go back to the house just like her like Esthot asked her to. So he's like, do you really want to go back or whatever, whatever? She's like, yeah, I really want to go back, but I think he probably knows somebody did something to um convince her. She also states that she tells Ferde that she wants to basically stop the divorce. She doesn't want to have a divorce with him, and that's her decision, and she's happy with that decision. So then we have um Ericon and Kadir having words about him basically saying that he's in love with Ishle and basically saying that I entrusted you with her and how could you do that to me and everything like that. And that basically he confided in him about everything and like he's just basically going to use this information against him. So he winds up taking Dishley to this beautiful place. Anybody in Turkey, please let me know where this is because this will be on my to-do list when I go to Turkey. First of all, I am not afraid to travel. My son has told me when are we getting on the plane to go somewhere? Our passports are already stamped and ready to go. So this place, this beautiful scene, I just love it. Um, Gorgeous scenery. I would have to say this company, the production company, you guys are top tier. The filming of this, the acting is just amazing. As an American, I love like visual enticing films and I love a good actress. Like my girl when she fell apart when Furman was talking to her crazy and she like melted like a noodle like that was top tier acting here. But anyway, I love this scene with them. Like this is like their like coming into the love scene. Basically, he was able to take the strings out of Dishley's ear by her sister and mother. She actually trusted him to do this, and he did. And he was able to put in those beautiful earrings that he had found for her with the flowers and yellow. He was able to put those in her ear. And then this scene when they're just sitting on the bench and they wind up holding each other, it was just a beautiful, 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 beautiful scene. I absolutely and look at this smile on this man. I love when he smiles. He has such a beautiful smile. Where is it? Oh, that's not it. I'm not showing like I can't get it, but beautiful smile. But this scene right here is just beautiful. Top tier, the closeness, the softness. I love it. It's such good. I really do love this show. And basically when he's like wrapping his arm around her and she grabs it. Oh gosh. Love it. Chef's kiss right there. Chef's kiss. All right, so we are continuing on. He was able to bring Dishley back to the house. They go in and she sees that Savant, her brother, is very upset, and she kind of puts together that he's in love with Nefer, right? So he Ericon and so Salvian, they, I know I say three different names, but you know who I'm talking about, the brother, the good brother. Basically he showed in the video that he got from Ferret, basically the video of when Deirdre came into Istanbul about 15 years ago, and this was the footage that they were able to find. So they hide it quickly because Furman comes out of nowhere, just like the snake that he is. And here he is already waiting for his sister down here in the garden. Ugh, I tell you, he is everywhere where he don't need to be. So he's fussing at her about basically not being able, like, to, she needs to produce an heir. Because again, he has his hidden agenda. It's nothing for, I mean, technically it would be good for her, but he's for, it should just be natural. It shouldn't be forced. And she just still hasn't gotten past that part. Shoot, they haven't even really kissed yet. Please, you want her to have what with this man? I know you lying. So anyway, we get back to the Bushin's father and Ericon basically talking about how, Bushin's been doing some bad stuff. She's the back in between the shell company, which is completely illegal. And he doesn't believe Ericon. So he said, I'm going to confront her myself. And he said, go ahead and do. So we get my man over here. He's gonna put a swing on for the kids at the camp at the foundation, which I love. So Dushley does her good sister duty. Okay, sister Judy over here. She goes ahead and brings milk to Nerfer. She's like, I don't drink milk, and she's like, but I put honey in it, so you should drink it and make you feel better anyway. At this point, Nefer, you can drink some milk. Milk does the body good, okay? So anyway, they're sitting on the bed and she basically says, are you in love with my brother? And she starts crying and she says yes. And Dushley is, she put it together. So I'm glad for Dushley actually being aware of something, okay? Oh boy, hold on. Hold on. I see somebody coming. Hold on. All right, so basically, she does tell Dishley that she is in love and she just doesn't know what to do. Especially, and then she tells Dishley about how the photo was done by her brother Furman, and that she's like basically, I don't know, they ended it on a good term. So here we go. We have the swing is put up, and he's like very proud of himself as usual. He's so cute. He's so cute. So he puts his the swing together, and he tests it out, and he kind of plays around with Ferdy and to see if she will test out the swing, and she said that's for little kids. So here we go. Here goes the mom and Dishley. Basically, the mom's like, "I see you got your way back in this house," and that was the deal. Estat said that if Dishley got Ericom back to the mansion, that he would protect her against the mom and that she couldn't do anything to her. And the lamb, I think. I think the lamb was included. So anyway, so they basically in, the path. But you remember my girl already told the mom about don't be messing around with my husband. Don't hurt my husband, basically. But Dishley, don't play on Dishley, okay? She will let you know a 1-2 thing. Like, don't play with her. And I love that for her. Like, my girl is really starting to come into her own. So, basically, she meets up with Estat again, and Estat has agreed to make her own separate bank account for schooling, which is awesome because this is exactly what she wanted. And the fact that he recognizes that and that the whole family is pushing her for her to get her the education is really, really good. I love that. They try to breed independent women. I just wish he kind of put that tenderness into his sister, his daughter, not fear. The fur, sorry. I don't know. Be quiet. Shh. All right, so they meet up and Dishley is showing him the AI basically of her being a teacher, and then goes ahead and tells her about this whole part. So we have Kadir and Savan. You have got to be kidding me. This is why you need to not be here. All right, so we have Kadir and Savan out drinking. They get completely drunk, and then Savan actually winds up spilling the beans that his sister is not dead. And this is not good because Kadir, unfortunately, he is the bone carrier, um, which is not good. And somehow he just can't seem to keep his mouth shut. Next thing that we have Bushin's father basically addressing her about this shell company, and then she blames it on Tahir. But Tahir's not the one that came up with the plan. You are, my dear. So anyway, um they Dishley she goes into Furman's room and deletes the picture. So I do appreciate that for her. He did come out, wind up attacking her. Basically, like, why did you do this? Um, you trying to make Savan happy? Then he threatens her about the sister, and she said, my sister is grave. I made blessings on her grave. And he was like, she did not, he just basically going crazy over this. Um, he winds up telling her about basically, what did he say? I don't know. Oh, basically that he didn't do it. He didn't kill the sister. She wound up hanging herself. I don't know. That whole scene was all crazy. So he just kind of manipulates Dishley as usual. So here goes Ferday doing the most. She goes and checks out this the address of the attacker, putting herself in jeopardy per usual. I don't know why she would do that, but okay, she did. So she's there, she's looking at the guy, and we don't know what's going to happen yet. So then back at the house, we have the family is there. Bushin's father, Bushin and Fatwa are there. They come into the house. They're all storming and saying that Tahir is the one that caused the problem. And why would he do that? And then Isi says, oh, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Um, not too much on the family around here. You need to be talking to your wife, who is still talking to my husband. They meeting at the park and all this other stuff, and they were back together back in the time. And everybody's like, "Shut up! Don't say nothing." But my man wound up having a heart attack. My man had a heart attack. Oh my gosh, he fell down. Now, I will say, as a medical profession, this was the worst CPR I have ever seen them do. I need y'all to work on the CPR because Eric was going too slow for the CPR. Okay, it needs to be very fast and quick in a hurry. I understand the plot and the thing, but for me, it was not realistic. I just need the CPR to be better. And I know civilians can do CPR because they have classes for everybody to do CPR. So I needed to be a little bit better performance on the CPR next time. That's just a medical plan standpoint. I was very upset with those CPRs, and we didn't even give any rescue breaths. That would have been helpful. But anyway. And what happened to 911? It took forever for them to get there. So yes, so unfortunately, Bushin's father passes. So then we have Dishley going into another like mental spell whenever something goes wrong, when she gets done when man gets done messing with her mind mentally. She starts, worrying about her grave and everything like that. And Kadir, here he comes. Unfortunately, he spills the beans that there is no grave, okay, for the sister. The grave is not there. It's there, but there's no bones in it because Ericon lied to her. And she said, you know what? Ericon's gonna have to tell me that he lied to me. You don't do that or whatever. So I did appreciate that from Dish Light. She said, I want to hear it from his mouth. All right, so that's the end of this episode, okay? This was episode 13. So we're going to do 14 and then we're going to be already caught up because and don't look for any previous ones because I don't have any previous ones. If you guys want me to do previous ones, I definitely will take the time and rewatch the episodes to give you the feedback. But that's fine. All right, I'll see you guys soon.